Picture this. The year was 1961. The world was still recovering from World War II, the Cold War was heating up, and the two biggest powers on the planet, the United States and the Soviet Union, were in a frantic race to prove who ruled space better. But before we talk about the spacecraft, let's quickly understand the context. In the late 1950s, the space race was in full swing. The Soviet Union had already taken the lead with the famous Sputnik, Earth's first artificial satellite, launched in 1957. People in the West were left speechless. And the Soviets? Oh, they wanted more. Much more. They wanted to be the first to put a human being outside of Earth. And they succeeded. VOSTOK 1, which means east in Russian, wasn't exactly what you'd call spacious. It was a sphere-shaped capsule just over 2 meters in diameter. No panoramic windows, pause button, or Wi-Fi. Just the essentials to keep a human being alive for a few hours in the vacuum of space. And who took the plunge? A young Soviet pilot named Yuri Gagarin. The guy was 27 years old, charismatic, friendly, and had a smile that is still an icon of the space age. Among hundreds of candidates, Gagarin was chosen, not only for his skills as a pilot, but also for being small, which in a cramped cabin was quite useful. April 12, 1961, 9 a.m. Moscow time. The VOSTOK 1 spacecraft is launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Gagarin, in his bright orange suit and white helmet with the letters CCCP, utters the iconic phrase, "Poyakali," let's go. And it was. VOSTOK took to the skies at an incredible speed, entered orbit and completed a complete orbit around the Earth in 1 hour and 48 minutes. During the flight, Gagarin was practically a passenger. The flight was completely automatic, and only in the event of an emergency would he have access to the controls. From up there, Gagarin saw Earth for the first time from space. He described the view as indescribably beautiful, but don't think it was a smooth ride. Re-entry into the atmosphere was tense. The capsule began spinning uncontrollably for a few minutes, and the brakes didn't work as expected. When the capsule finally reached a safe altitude, Yuri Gagarin was ejected and ended the flight by parachute. A detail that was only revealed years later, because technically to be considered a valid spaceflight, the astronaut would have to land inside the ship. But who cares? He survived. When Gagarin landed, a peasant woman and her granddaughter saw this strange man in a bright orange suit and helmet approaching from the middle of a field and thought, "My God, an alien!" But he soon took off his helmet and said, "Don't be scared. I'm Soviet like you." It was enough to turn Yuri Gagarin into a legend. He became a national hero, a symbol of the technological achievements of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, and the first human being to go where no one had gone before. The VOSTOK 1 mission lasted just under 2 hours, but it went down in history as one of humanity's greatest milestones. It kicked off the era of manned spaceflight, space stations, space shuttles, and of course, the dream of one day setting foot on Mars. So the next time you look up and see the starry sky, remember, it all started with a tiny Russian metal ball and a smiling pilot. Subscribe to the channel and see you next time.